We're going to call the meeting to order, and pursuant to the state executive orders, which temporarily suspend in-person presence requirements and eliminate the limitation on remote access of the Illinois Open Meetings Act. Due to COVID-19 pandemic, the board is suspending the usual electronic attendance and voting section of the board bylaws and will allow all board members to attend this meeting remotely and fully participate in that fashion. Secretary, please call the roll.
Barb Bennett.
Present.
Okay.
Present.
Sharice Hersey.
Here.
Jane Williams.
Here.
Michael Weissman.
Here.
Beth Scheid.
Here.
Gloria Yen.
Here.
John Thies.
Here.
Okay, we're missing Lupe Mejia and Michael or Mark Palmore.
Okay, we still have a quorum.
We do.
Are there any additions, corrections, modifications to the agenda? Seeing and hearing none. Is there a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. Let's call the roll. Becky?
Barb Bennett.
Yes.
Sharice Hersey.
Yes.
Jane Williams.
Yes.
Michael Weissman.
Yes.
Beth Scheid.
Yes.
Gloria Yen.
Yes.
And John Thies.
Yes. Do we, and the motion carries, because all those were yeses. Do we have any public comment? I see none. So
Becky, do we have
presentation.
any emails?
No.
Okay, then let's move on to item 7, presentations, update on the building program process. Celeste.
I have a few quick updates for us to, I thought it would be helpful to do what we did when Amanda was walking us through the strategic planning process. Take just a moment at each board meeting to reflect on where we are and where we're moving ahead to go. So I mentioned last month that Donica and some colleagues pulled together a page on our Teams for staff to share photos and video tours of other libraries with places of interest to us. So staff have been adding extra video tours and photos and making comments on them. And we shared a 70-page document that Fred uses to look across the library as a whole so that staff could read through the sections that they want to talk about at the departmental meetings. We started departmental meetings yesterday with community engagement going first and circulation clerks going in the evening. And we've got more scheduled this week and next week. And then at the June board meeting, the board will go through some questions, which I will send to you tomorrow or the next day, a very discrete list of questions to talk with Fred for about an hour. He's going to take all that information and type it up and then share it with us in the community. And after we have that information in the community, we'll start having those focus groups with community members. So for example, as Fred put it, older gentlemen who like to sit and read the newspaper in the magazine room, as well as parents of young children or educators, teens, groups like that that are focused on uses of the library. So we'll be setting up those meetings shortly, and Amanda and her colleagues in community engagement are working on a web presence for us so we can put this information out there to have it all available to our public as we did with the strategic planning process. So that is where we are now. Any questions?
Okay, Celeste, thank you. What I want to do for just a minute is kind of describe what I envision for this process. We're gonna, it's not a micromanaging process, but there's a good reason for the board to be very interested in what's happening. And so it is always appropriate for board members to raise questions and to ask for a more elaborate presentation or discussion amongst board members on these topics. But what we're going to do is try to create opportunities for us to have productive conversations about this and to provide board input. I'll describe it as a high level, which is not to the exclusion of other things too, if board members want to talk about those other things. And so if in the course of these reports that we get, any of us thinks that this would be a good thing for us to talk about in greater depth at the board level, then we can still do that. But that's kind of the way we're going to have guardrails about this process. I want to have some really great conversations about it because this is exciting about what we're planning. And it's wonderful to have Fred involved. It's wonderful to have staff. In both cases, we're talking about expertise that most of us on the board don't have. But we do know, we have a lot of practical knowledge about what we as community members see as valuable in our library. And I know staff and Fred are looking for that too. So no one should ever feel like they're being cut off in this process. But we're trying to do it in a way that makes the most of board time and allows us to focus on big picture policy instead of like, where should this drinking fountain go versus that drinking fountain? Make sense? Okay. Celeste, unless there's anything else, any other questions or comments about that? All right, then let's go on to the consent agenda, which is item 8. Are there any items on the consent agenda that any board member would like to take off? Okay, seeing none, is there a motion to approve the consent agenda?
I so move.
Okay, is there a second?
Jane seconded.
Thank you, Jane. And hi, Mark, welcome. We're on item 8, and it's been moved and seconded to approve the consent agenda. Becky, if you could please call the roll.
Sure.
Wait, you have to read it because it's the consent agenda.
Oh, yes,
Someone has
sorry.
to read it.
I'll do that quickly. Sorry about that. At present, it includes board meeting minutes of April 13, 2021, payroll for April 23rd, 2021, totaling $97,927.34, payroll for May 7, 2021, totaling $97,336.50, bills for April 16, 2021, totaling $13,094.31, bills for April 22nd, 2021, totaling $10,752.22, bills for April 29, 2021, totaling $25,014.84, bills for May 6, 2021, totaling $23,930.67. Okay, so that's the motion. The motion is to approve that particular consent agenda, and it has been seconded. If you could please call the roll, Becky.
Beth,
There we go. Yes.
Barb,
Yes.
Sharice,
Yes.
Jane,
Yes.
Michael,
Yes.
Gloria,
Yes.
John,
I'm gonna have to abstain because I was not here for the last board meeting for those minutes.
and Mark.
I'm gonna abstain.
Okay.
Is that it, Becky? Okay, that was all yeses and 2 abstentions.
Mhm.
The ayes have it, and that motion carries. On to item 9, the action items, the fiscal year 22 budget. Celeste?
I sent you the most current version with all the updates. We made a couple of changes in moving the wages of the manager from adult and youth services to community engagement, and the programming dollar amounts, again, from adult and youth services to community engagement. There are a couple more switches like that. And we looked at the amount of gifts money that we've received in adult and youth book gifts and wanted to increase our expectations so we don't have to keep coming to you throughout the year with budget amendments. So we increased both revenue and expenses by $5,000 in book gifts. Those were the main switches. We had a couple of changes in FICA and IMRF to align with some new calculations from the city.
Any questions for Celeste? Sharice?
So why did you make the changes again? I mean, why did you move from one column to the other, or?
So
just
we changed development and promotion to be community engagement, and that involved moving a manager from Rachel's department to Amanda's to put marketing, promotion, community engagement all in one place. And so we wanted to move the staff the staff funds, and then the programming money all under the same department. Because before it had lived in adult and youth services.
Okay.
So we're being more efficient with our funds and having a different connectivity within the library and how people are working with each other.
Okay.
Any further questions for Celeste? And then we'll entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
That was fast. Thank you, Beth. Is there a second?
Second,
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Okay, Becky, please call the roll.
Barb,
Yes.
Sharice,
Yes.
Jane,
Yes.
Michael,
Yes.
Beth,
Yes.
Gloria,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
Mark.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, the ayes have it and the motion carries. All were yeses. 9.2, list of scheduled monthly board meetings for fiscal year 22. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
And a second? Second by Sharice. Any
Yeah.
discussion?
Yeah, where's the June meeting? I see
That would be-
July, August, September. That's the only, it's like, there's, but I mean, I guess I know what the June meeting is going to be, but that's not 2022, I guess that's 2021, huh?
Fiscal year?
Yeah. So,
Yeah, I guess.
okay, so that was a dumb question. I'm sorry.
Okay, so it's been
All right.
moved and seconded. Becky, call the roll, please.
Barb? Barb,
Yes.
there we go. Sharice,
Yes.
Jane,
Yes.
Michael,
Yes.
Beth,
Yes.
Gloria,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
Mark.
Yes.
Okay, again, unanimous. The ayes have it, the motion carries. 9.3, revise Roman numeral 3C, reference and readers advisory policy. Any discussion on that before we take a motion? Staff? Gloria?
Not on this item, and just a quick note on the FY22 calendar, the way that it was uploaded to the website, it's titled Chicago Ridge Public Library. It's not a big
Oops.
deal, but it doesn't say Urbana Free Library.
I was wondering about their schedule.
We'll take a look. Thank you.
That's right. Okay, thanks, Gloria. Okay, then is there a motion to approve item 9.3, the revision to 3C reference and readers advisory policy?
So moved.
Moved by Jane. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Beth. Any discussion? Okay, Becky, please call the roll.
Barb,
Yes.
Sharice,
Yes.
Jane,
Yes.
Michael,
Yes.
Beth,
Yes.
Gloria,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
Mark.
Yes.
Also unanimous. The ayes have it. The motion carries. 9.4, retire photocopy, print, fax, and research policy. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Thank you, Jane. Is there a second?
Second.
Was that Barb?
Barb. Mhm.
Okay, thank you, Barb. The moved and seconded. Is there any discussion?
Or
I'm just curious, so does it go off into some archive somewhere? Or it was just simply gently disappear from everything?
We'll take it off our website, but I do have a master physical folder and we keep all the electronic copies. So if we want to look back at our history, we've got them.
Okay, I thought there might be something, but thanks, just curious.
so I'm sorry, I just want to, understand. So we're retiring the whole thing about faxing or printing or photocopying copyrighted materials.
So
just-
Sharice, we follow the law. And so we tend to not put in policies necessarily that we follow the law. We did though include, because this is so important and because sometimes patrons need reminding, we did put the staff work appropriately with copyright law in that reference in the information policy that we just approved. So the photocopy print fax policy was mainly procedural. Like we will offer these things and we will charge for them. So it was very procedural, and the board over the years has had us retire and delete parts that are procedural and keep board decisions at the board policy level. So that's an example of what you're seeing here.
Okay. So
All right.
I just wanted to know, is this an a basic thing saying we're not going to be supervising everybody that faxes or copies or whatever? I just wanted to get some clarification with that.
We don't look at every document they fax or photocopy or scan now.
Mm-hmm.
So we expect people to follow the law, and we let people know that there is a copyright law.
Right, which is something they should know anyway. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Thanks, Sheree. Thanks, Sheree. Good question. Any other questions or comments? Okay, Becky, please call the roll.
Barb,
Yes.
Sharice,
Yes.
Jane,
Yes.
Michael,
Yes.
Beth,
Yes.
Gloria,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
Mark.
Yes.
Okay, unanimous. The ayes have it. Motion carries. 9.5, annual review and designation of non-resident card fees. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Thank you,
second.
Jane. Moved by Jane. Was that Sharice? I think that was Sharice for
Mhm.
number 2. The second. Any discussion on
Yes.
that? Okay, seeing none.
Yeah.
Becky?
Barb,
Yes.
Sharice,
Yes.
Jane,
Yes.
Michael,
Yes.
Beth,
Yes.
Gloria,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
Mark.
Yes.
Also unanimous. The motion carries. Ayes have it. 9.6, resolution 2021-04 to accept gifts. Is there a motion?
I move to approve.
Moved. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
All right. Motion by Sharice and second by Beth. Any discussion? All right, Becky?
Mm-mm.
Barb,
Yes.
Sharice,
Yes.
Jane,
Yes.
Michael,
Yes.
Beth,
Yes.
Gloria,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
Mark.
Yes.
Unanimous. The ayes have it. Motion carries. 9.7, fiscal year 21 budget amendments. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Moved by Michael. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Jane. Any discussion? Okay, Becky?
Barb,
Yes.
Sharice,
Yes.
Jane,
Yes.
Michael,
Yes.
Beth,
Yes.
Gloria,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
Mark.
Yes.
All right, thank you. That's unanimous. The ayes have it. Motion carries. And then 9.8, May 2021 implementation of Polaris auto renewal feature. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Okay, moved by Beth. And is there a second?
Second.
That sounded like Jane. This is like Zoom roulette where I get to see if I know all of your voices. It's not, I was looking for a, some sport to get into. Moved and seconded. Becky, please call the roll.
Okay. Barb,
Yes.
Sharice,
Yes.
Jane,
Yes.
Michael,
Yes.
Beth,
Yes.
Gloria,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
Mark.
Yes.
Okay, unanimous. The ayes have it and the motion carries. Thanks, everybody, for getting through all of this so efficiently. Item 10, are there any discussion items today? Seeing none. Item 11, got reports. Friends of the Urbana Free Library.
Celeste, I don't have anything. Do you have anything from that Friends?
One small thing, Eleanor, as you know, is always coming up with new ideas and working with the friends. And one thing we'll be doing in the near future is putting out the purple Barney carts, they call them, because they're like Barney the dinosaur. And we'll start selling books by the circulation desk, as opposed to we used to sell them at the cafe. So that is a new thing that's going to be happening very shortly. And we're looking at possibly having a smaller book sale in the front Glaston room. We're working through some of those pieces with the books the friends have sorted. So those, one for sure and one maybe.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, Sharice.
Will we ever get the cafe back? Or is that going to be a permanent gone thing?
Well, we can't open the cafe till I know it won't lose money. That's one piece. And two, we're not going to open the cafe till we want people walking around without masks. And so
Okay.
both of those features need to be in place before I would ask or tell you that we think it's safe to open it. So
Okay, I just thought I'd ask.
So
I
hold
know,
that,
we're sad too.
hold that thought, Sharice. Don't give up hope.
Okay. Oh, one more question.
Yeah.
Because I have taken advantage of the used DVDs for sale. Are we still doing, because all that was over there by the cafe. Are we still doing that too? Because I haven't seen any lately. That's why I was wondering.
And that's what we're going to start doing right by the checkout desk. We've actually, when you all come in next, you can take a look. We've moved science fiction, fantasy from the new book room over to the standalone, the shelving by the cafe to give it more space and
Mhm.
made more room in the new book room for other collections. And then we're going to have the sale books and DVDs up by the checkout desk.
Okay.
So you're right. We haven't been doing that for a while, but it seems like a good time to get it back going again.
Okay. Yay.
11.2 Library Foundation, which is going to be meeting later this week. Anything to report?
The foundation's been kind of on fire, working on all kinds of different projects. They're looking at how we advertise the Cherry Alley pavers. And they just increased the price from $125 to $250 so that it is more cost effective for the foundation. And we think that people who are purchasing them as a gift will be happy to do that as a strong show of support for the library and the foundation. They're also looking at delineating more clearly the Legacy Society for the number of people that have left bequests to the library through the foundation, and making it more clear who those generous donors are and how you too can give in that way. So they've got a number of different initiatives that the board members are working on individually. And I think that it's a powerful work that they're doing.
Point of
sounds good.
clarification, it's 150 for the.
Oh, I'm
chair-
sorry.
Just so you know.
Thank you,
125 to 150.
Okay, Amanda now is in the minutes. That was a joke. You don't have to put that in the minutes, Becky. Illinois Heartland, we don't have Lupe.
I have a report from Lupe. She was unable to make it tonight, but she said that IHLS has partnered with the human resources expert at HR Source, which is an HR consulting firm that the library works with, to bring IHLS members a series of webinars on important HR topics. The normal sessions range from $35 to $250 per session, but because of IHLS's purchasing power, they're only $10 per session. So there's one coming up on conflict management and one coming up on critical conversations, conducting effective one-on-ones. So I've shared this with our management team to see if anyone is interested. And it is one of the benefits we have of being a member of IHLS is having these different opportunities at a discount.
Standing.
So can Board of Trustees people do these webinars as well?
You know what? Let me find out, Sharice. I'm not sure. I'll get back to you tomorrow.
Because
Okay.
Sharice does not have enough meetings.
Oh, yeah, I don't have enough, but but
can
I
only-
was
I can
no, I
only
was thinking in terms of, I do as a council member, I do get a certain budget to do certain things. And it might be something that I could actually, an expense I could pass on to the city for doing this for the library, because hello, I'm on here because I'm a city council person.
because you are conscientious. That's what you're going to say.
Yeah,
Well,
that's,
we
yeah.
also have a
there we go.
budget too. So if I'll find out the information, send it to the whole board. And if any of you are interested, there's a limit of 60 people. So act quickly, act now while this offer stands. And I will, the library can certainly cover anyone's costs. So I'll get with you tomorrow or later tonight on that.
Okay, thank you. I'm just interested. I don't, I'm not I don't have enough meetings, but if I can.
I'm just trying to protect time for you to watch the DVDs that you're buying at the checkout. So you can tell
Thanks,
us,
John.
so you can tell us what we're missing. Yeah.
Hey,
Roger
Handmaid's
Ebert.
Tale's gotten
Roger,
really good.
Roger Ebert went to Urbana High too. So along with Sharice and me. He was a little before us though, wasn't he?
Oh, yeah. Ooh,
Yeah.
a little bit.
Little bit, like 18 years. So on item 12, administrator report.
Yeah, I wanted to touch base with you and I had sent an email, but to follow up a couple things about the bridge to phase 5 and then phase 5 with the potential dates coming and then where's the library with our service model? So right now we're in the grab and go service model, which is a limit of 1 hour per day per person and limits on the time with the internet. We don't have chairs at our tables. Given the health reports and the safety that we were implementing at the library, we followed the science and this is where we're at. What we're seeing though, with the bridge to phase 5 and phase 5 coming is that the science is showing us it is safer for people to be in buildings for longer periods of time together and to be able to sit at tables and be near each other while masked and being socially distant if you're not in the same family. So what you're going to see at the library is that come Monday, we're going to start having some chairs at the tables and allow people to be in the library more like normal, more like before. And we will continue to watch the numbers as will everyone be in the state. And then come June 20th, we are going to expand our hours back to our regular hours that you approved in the hours of service hours years ago. So the 9 to 9, 9 to 6, 1 to 5 hours, so that people can use the library pretty much as before, except again, masks and social distancing. So this is what we're planning for. With the governor opening the state back up in this way, you as a board will not be able to meet via Zoom as you have been because the emergency order will be rescinded. So you will need to meet in June here in the Lewis Auditorium. And Eleanor and I are going to talk about how to put the tables in a way that we can have all of you, if you all choose to come, because there are exceptions, which are laid out in the board bylaws, but that you can be together, have a board meeting and be socially distant from each other. So expect to be here in person in June.
Okay.
Yeah, isn't that
And
great?
expect to be at city council meetings in June as well, Sharice.
Oh, God.
I mean, maybe even sooner because this goes into effect Monday.
Sorry,
Oh,
sorry,
my.
Sharice. Just make sure you're vaccinated, which I hope everybody is.
I'm vaccinated, but I'm not vaccinated against evil.
I hope there's no evil at the next board meeting. Let me just say.
Okay.
Oh, I'm not talking about you
No,
guys.
I think the gauntlet's been laid. Thank you,
I
Sharice,
have
for that.
Michael?
A question on the general, distancing, opening up. Probably you've said this before, but I've forgotten. Have we measured how many air changes per hour?
I'm sorry, could you say that again? You broke up.
Have we measured how many air changes per hour?
I do have that, yes. And I would be happy to email you later. I just don't have it here. Yep.
Okay, Celeste, thank you. Anything else on the administrative report?
No, thank you.
Okay, are there any
Actually,
board?
Yeah, sorry, I have a question.
Yeah, Beth.
How did the Langston first meeting go on Saturday? It sounded like Saturday was the first meeting for Langston in the mural, and just curious what type of a turnout and how that went.
I'm going to defer to Amanda or Rachel.
Amanda or Rachel?
As far as I know, they are full in terms of the group that's going to be designing the mural. And I know that it went well, but that's about all I know.
Okay, yeah, I'm just kind of curious. It's a nice thing.
Okay, any more questions for Celeste or other members of the staff? Seeing and hearing none. Board and committee reports. Are there any? Anybody pining to give a report from one of the committees? All right, board president's report. I just want to say thank you. Obviously, I missed the last meeting in the wake of my father's passing away, and I appreciate all of the very nice comments made to me. He was a pretty public figure, and so a lot of people knew him, and his role in the community dated back as if you read his obituary, I bring this up because of Gloria, back to the days of the YMCA, University Y. And so Gloria, I appreciated the connection that we made over that, because that was clearly a very influential thing in his life, was what he got started doing at the University Y as a student many years ago. So thank you all for your nice comments. That being said, any unfinished business? Any new business? All right. That was like running the 4-minute mile. Is there a motion to adjourn? And I never got quite that fast, but anyway. Is there a motion to adjourn?
I moved that we adjourn for the evening.
Sine die? I thought you were going to speak Latin. Sine die?
Second,
And it's been seconded. All in favor? Well, I think we always sort of dispense with that, and that Becky hasn't given me grief about it. So we're just going to say, all in favor, please raise your hands. Any opposed? Put your hand down, Gloria, quick. Okay. The ayes have it, motion carries. Thank you, everybody.